It changed the staging, brought in a series of actions, and none of that involved changing the script. Why? What was the purpose of it? Well, it's kind of what you're insinuating. It was in order to articulate a point, an argument. What I think this stuff does is it helps actors to think beyond simply their relationship to their character. How does my character feel now? Arthur Miller's plays Death of a Salesman, do you know Death of a Salesman? Yeah. One of the, I would say probably the most important scene in the play is when Willy Loman goes to see Howard, his boss, who's I think something like half his age, and his boss discards him. He says, "I'm sorry, you're surplus to requirements now." If I've seen productions of that where all sorts of stuff gets in the way of that essential point, which is this is a scene that illustrates that certain people get to a certain time under this system where they are surplus to requirements and they are discarded. And the brutality of that needs to be very clearly articulated. But the actors I've seen playing it get all sorts of hung up on all sorts of digressions from that point, which might make it more subtle, but actually might also clutter the scene. And it's useful for an actor to bear in mind, actually, wait a minute, what is the point in this? All right, so if it's about that, then, well, Howard at the beginning, do you remember what Howard's doing at the beginning of that scene? He's listening to himself on a tape recorder. It's a new gadget. So you can get someone who looks like a child in a toy shop playing with his new tape recorder gadget, which is fine. But actually, if it's about him having to discard somebody, then the gadget tape recorder that he's playing with has to have a function in relation to that. And clearly, it would seem to me, it's a displacement activity because he can't bear to actually look the guy in the eye and tell him he's sacked.